When you look at the wrestlers of the WWE, their muscles and ability to perform incredible maneuvers most likely make you think they're in great shape. Unfortunately, over the years, many of these entertainers have died at a relatively early age. Whether from drugs, health issues, accidents, or even suspicious circumstances, the passing of these WWE personalities caught everyone off guard and definitely shocked the world. Brian Pillman. In October 1997, Brian Pillman was scheduled to face off against Dude Love, but he never showed up. Where was the man who had gained fame thanks to his feud with Stone Cold Steve Austin? When the WWE higher-ups called the hotel Pillman was staying at, they were informed that the maids had discovered his body. At only 35 years of age, his death came as a shock. What was more shocking was that Pillman had died of a heart attack due to heart disease that even he hadn't known about. Miss Elizabeth. In a form of entertainment that has only recently incorporated women on a significant scale, it's easy to forget that even before it was officially the WWE, wrestling had some memorable and very important female characters. Take Elizabeth Hewlett, aka Miss Elizabeth, for example. She was a key part of Randy Savage's whole storyline and a central figure of the WWF for many years. While she eventually faded from the WWE, fans were shocked to learn that on May 1st, 2003, she had died as a result of taking a deadly mixture of pills and alcohol. Chris Candido. Also known as Skip, Chris Candido's time in the WWE was relatively short. Nonetheless, he had a devoted fan base who followed his wrestling team, the Body Donnas. After leaving, his career kind of fizzled, but received a new boost from TNA Wrestling in 2005. Unfortunately, just a few months into his new gig, he suffered a broken tibia and fibula. A few days later, he fell ill and his condition worsened. Diagnosed with pneumonia, the wrestling world was shocked to learn that he later died from what ended up being a blood clot. Eddie Guerrero. Definitely one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, Eddie Guerrero wrestled in Mexico and Japan before coming to the WWE in 2000. He became best known as a part of the Radicals and for Latino Heat. In November 2005, fans were stunned to learn that Guerrero had died. He was found unresponsive in his hotel room in Minneapolis after an apparent heart attack. Despite being in great physical shape, Guerrero had been unwell in the days leading up to his death. Speculation afterwards linked his death to steroid abuse. Dino Bravo. From 1985 to 1992, Adolfo Brishano was a central figure in the WWF and WWE. Fans knew him better as Dino Bravo. Often playing the dislikable villain, Bravo and his teammates were known as experts in working up the crowd through sheer arrogance and insults. Love him or hate him, he was important in wrestling's golden era. Shockingly, not long after his retirement from the WWE, Bravo was found dead in his Montreal home. He had been shot many times in a murder many believed was linked to organized crime. Andre the Giant. If you watched any wrestling from the 1970s to the 1990s, or have seen the classic film The Princess Bride, then you are more than familiar with Andre the Giant. Born with gigantism, Andre grew to enormous size, something which he capitalized on in the ring. Despite often playing the bad guy, Andre was actually friendly, well-liked, and known to party. In the early 90s, his appearances became few and far between. In January 1993, fans were shocked to learn that he had passed away in his sleep while in Paris, France, to attend his father's funeral. The Ultimate Warrior. James Helwig is probably one of the most memorable WWE personalities. Throughout the 1980s and 90s, Helwig dressed in tassels, painted his face, and let his hair go wild in order to embrace the personality that we all knew as the Ultimate Warrior. From April 5th to 7th, 2005, Helwig took part in various WWE events and even made one last appearance on Raw. Viewers could easily see he didn't look good and was sweating profusely. On April 8, 2014, fans were saddened to hear that the Ultimate Warrior had died from a heart attack. Randy Savage. Flamboyant, sometimes good, sometimes bad, Macho Man Randy Savage was definitely a memorable character. In fact, during the 1980s and 90s, you could find kids everywhere pretending to be him. He was a great wrestler, had some fantastic storylines, was unpredictable, and had the best promo work. Complaining that he wasn't feeling well in May 2011, Savage suffered a heart attack brought on by coronary artery disease while driving his Jeep. It's all the more sad given that it was 8 years to the month that his one-time real-life wife and wrestling manager, Miss Elizabeth, had passed away. Chris Benoit. What made the death of Chris Benoit so shocking to everyone was that it involved more than just the death of a wrestler. In June 2007, police found Benoit's body in the basement of his Atlanta home. The 40-year-old had hanged himself, but not before killing his wife and son. What had caused him to do it? Theories ranged from steroid abuse to damage caused by years of head trauma. In any instance, this disturbing death caught everyone off guard and raised many questions about the dangers of massive head trauma in conjunction with steroid abuse. Owen Hart. This legendary wrestler was a prominent character of the WWE for 2 decades. Through its golden era, Hart wrestled the biggest names, was involved in some of the best storylines, and made fans cheer or boo depending on his role at the time. In May 1999, while being lowered into the ring on a grapple line, Hart fell nearly 80 feet in front of a stunned audience. Attempts to revive the 34-year-old proved futile.
Hey guys, if you like WWE videos like the one you just watched, check out The Sportster. You'll find kick-ass WWE list videos about your favorite wrestlers, shocking backstage moments, and of course, the hottest divas. Click the link on screen or in the description now. And if you like the channel, please subscribe.